Hey guys, what's up? Spenny here. And so in today's video, I have a very important chart to show you guys. If we break below a certain trend line on the S&P 500, it is going to be red days ahead. However, we might hold it. So make sure you stay tuned until the end. I am going to be showing you guys that chart and something very important to look out for. And if you guys do want to see more content like this, make sure to subscribe to this channel. I do cover Palantir almost every day of the week. Okay, so first I want to talk about inflation, because inflation is something I've been talking about with you guys. I basically predicted that the estimates were way too low, and obviously most of you probably know we came out at 4.2% inflation, which is absolutely massive. Normally we are at about 2% year over year. So 4.2% is very high, and the thing is, this isn't going to slow down. Inflation next month is going to be even higher. The month after that, even higher. And that could cause a lot of fear in the market because it's not going away. It's only going to get worse through the summer. And of course, to make this all worse, we have this big gas shortage. So literally, gas stations are running out of gas on the east side of the United States. Certain gas stations, obviously not all of them, but this has been getting worse day over day. This is going to cause massive inflation in gas prices, which is included in the CPI index. So that's going to bring up the inflation readings for our next monthly reading as well. Something to keep in mind. I don't think the inflation scare is going to go away anytime soon. Another thing that a lot of people have forgotten about is the 10-year Treasury note. So this has been making moves. If we look at it at a 3-month base, it looks pretty flat. However, just recently, if we zoom in, you'll see what I'm talking about. You can see right here, we are really exploding up just the past couple days. I think this is gonna just go much higher over the next week. I think we could see 2% in the next month. Sounds crazy, but it definitely could be coming. End of the year, I wouldn't be surprised if you see 2.5% plus on the 10-year. It's going to really shake up markets in my opinion. Now, getting over to Palantir. So Palantir had a bad day today. It was down 6.5%, and this comes after earnings where we surged up a ton yesterday. I think we were up 18% yesterday off of earnings. So we had pretty good earnings, and this is definitely going to help bring some credibility to Palantir that they are growing very fast. However, the problem is the indexes are dragging it back down. You can see from the peak yesterday to where we are now, down 6.5%. So, tomorrow it's going to depend on the indexes, and that's why I want to show you guys what I'm seeing on the indexes, because Palantir is not going to trade off its own chart. It's going to be trading off what the broader indexes do. So looking at the NASDAQ, I showed you guys this double top pattern, and obviously after that we are free falling, breaking below the 50-day moving average. This is a scary sign right here. We're heading right towards that 200-day moving average, right around 12,500. I think at the very least we will fall towards that. However, if you see the bottom right here, that was at 12,500. I do think we will go lower than that. So this could be honestly a pretty serious correction, guys. So get prepared. I could be wrong. There is something that is promising, and I want to show you guys that on the next chart. And this is where there's actually possibly some hope. So looking at the S&P 500 index right here, guys, the blue line is this 50-day moving average. You can see we actually bounced off of the 50-day today. This actually proved to show some support. We have a green candle at the end of the day. Now, maybe it holds, maybe it doesn't, but this is why right now it's so important to watch this chart. If you see the S&P 500 break below the 50-day, that is a clear sell indicator if I've ever seen one. However, it has held today, so it's possible this correction is over with and we go back higher. However, it really doesn't feel that way. The S&P 500, let's see how far we're actually off of our highs. Yeah, we're only less than 5% down from our highs. I'd be very surprised if the correction ends there, but it is something to note that the 50-day actually held up. Now the next chart I want to show you guys is the S&P 500 overlaid with the NASDAQ. So the NASDAQ is this yellow chart here. What's basically happening is, the NASDAQ has outperformed the S&P 500 massively over the last year. You can see this wide gap between them. However, as you guys can see right here, the NASDAQ looks to me that is dragging the S&P 500 down. So as long as the NASDAQ continues this downtrend, in my opinion, this is going to act as gravity in the S&P 500, and it's also going to drag it down. That's what I suspect. However, I could be wrong. This is just possibilities. You know, it's really a possibility and probability game using charts. Anything can happen. The 50-day moving average could prove to actually be some solid support. However, I am playing it safer now. I am not buying the dip on this one. This looks very alarming looking at the chart. So anyways, guys, I'm not buying. I actually sold a lot of stock the last few days. So yeah, I have quite a bit of cash to buy if I want to, but I'm definitely going to be waiting. I want to see what happens over the next 2 weeks. I'm not going to be rushing back into the market now. I don't see any reason to rush back into it. Because yeah, this NASDAQ is looking very bad. Anyways, guys, that's what I have for you today. It's mostly charts. You know, there's not much point showing you the Palantir chart. And so yeah, guys, I do suspect Palantir is just going to trade off of the broader indexes. There's not much sense me charting Palantir itself. That's honestly how I feel. There is support at 1850. But I really wouldn't depend on it too much. We got to pay attention to if the S&P 500 can actually hold that 50-day moving average. If you do see a break below it, just be prepared. This probably is going to be a serious correction. Anyways, guys, this is just my opinions. Anything can change at any time in the market. I definitely do not have a crystal ball. So this is just one way to look at the market using technical analysis. And then obviously looking at actually inflation is more of a fundamental and macro level. So you want to use as many things at your disposal to kind of predict the market. I like to use fundamental analysis. I like to use macro. I like to use technical analysis. I like to use all of it. In combination, that's really how I form my complete thesis. Technical side of things is what's really scaring me, and the macro with inflation skyrocketing. If we look at history, the initial scare of inflation is really what causes that sell-off in the market, and I think we might be at that phase right now. Anyways, guys, that's all I have for today's video. If you got any value out of it, make sure to drop it a big thumbs up, and feel free to subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and I'll see you guys on the next video.